Okay, so let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to be unlocking an incredible piece of writing from way, way back in 1901. It's this totally fascinating text about health and stewardship, and honestly, it's designed specifically to show you just how amazing you are. If you've ever wondered how you fit into the grand design of the universe, well, you're going to love this. We're going to take some really big ideas and break them down into an epic adventure story. And guess what? You are the hero. Now, before we jump in, have you ever heard the word steward? Basically, a steward is a hero, a super trusted protector left in charge of something incredibly valuable. Keep that word locked in your mind, because you're about to discover that you've been given literally the most valuable thing on earth to protect.
So let me ask you a question to kick things off. What do you think is the absolute most amazing, complex, and incredible machine ever built in the history of the universe? Just think about it for a second. Is it, I don't know, a giant supercomputer that does billions of math problems a second? Is it a massive rocket ship built to travel millions of miles into space? Or maybe, just maybe, it's something a whole lot closer to home.
You guessed it, it's you. You are a completely magnificent machine. The text we're looking at today calls the human body a wonderful structure, perfectly designed and built by the Creator himself. Just think about how wild that is for a second. There is literally no computer or robot anywhere in the world that can heal its own cuts when it falls down, or grow taller year after year, or learn how to play the piano or ride a skateboard quite like you can. You are the ultimate masterpiece, a brilliant creation that no scientist could ever invent.
Okay, let's move on to Section 1, God's wonderful dwelling place. Let's see how your body is actually meant for a very special resident.
So, our source text starts off with this really beautiful quote from the Bible, 3 John chapter 2. It says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth." Now, what does that actually mean for us? Well, it tells us that God's absolute ultimate wish is for us to be completely healthy, both inside and out. He doesn't just care about your thoughts and your heart. He cares deeply about your physical body, your energy, and how healthy you are every single day. He wants you to thrive.
The source uses a really cool word to describe us here. It calls the human body a habitation. Now, a habitation is simply a place to live, a dwelling place, or, like we said earlier, a magnificent house or a grand castle. The text tells us that God fitted up the human habitation to be his very own dwelling place. Just think about that. You are a walking, talking, living castle, perfectly designed for the Creator of the universe to dwell in. Pretty amazing, right?
Which brings us to Section 2, the faithful steward. Because, every great castle needs a great protector.
And this brings us right back to that very special word, steward. Remember, a steward is a faithful manager, a protector who's left in charge of something incredibly valuable. It's like if a great king goes on a really long journey, he leaves his best, bravest, and most trusted knight, the steward, in charge of the castle. In this story, you are the faithful steward. The source text says that the Lord requires you to keep this wonderful human structure in perfect order. You are the one in charge of protecting the castle. So, are you ready to be that trusted knight?
Here's the catch. We're given exactly one amazing body. Just one. We can't trade it in for a shiny new model when we get older, and we definitely can't buy a replacement at the store. Because of that, the text explains that we have a massive obligation, a huge duty to keep every single muscle and every single organ in a wholesome, healthy condition. When we stay strong and healthy, we're always ready to serve God and do the amazing things He created us to do. You only get one castle to manage, guys, so you really have to defend it well.
Now, the text warns us about something super important here. We actually have a choice between cooperating with God or working at cross purposes with Him. See, God takes special care to keep your body working perfectly, but only if you cooperate. Imagine trying to pedal a bicycle as fast as you can, but at the exact same time you're squeezing the brakes as hard as possible. You wouldn't get very far, would you? That is exactly what it means to work at cross purposes. If God is trying to keep your castle strong, but you neglect your health by eating poorly or staying up way too late, you are literally pulling the brakes on your own body. Let's look at Section 3, sharing the light. Because being a healthy steward isn't just a solo mission, it is a heroic quest for the whole world. The author points out that these ideas make up what is called the gospel of health. These are grand truths, and honestly, the world is in sad need of this instruction. There are just so many people out there who don't know how to take care of their amazing castles. So, the text calls us to be light bearers. I want you to imagine standing in a completely pitch-black room.
Now imagine holding a bright, blazing torch. You are supposed to take this gospel of health and shine that light for everyone else to see.
But how exactly do we do that? Well, the text gives us 3 really clear steps to find the strength to share these blessings and show others the beauties of a better way. Step 1, practice these truths in your own life first. I mean, you can't be a light bearer if your own torch is burned out, right? Step 2, lead others by your healthy example. When people see you full of energy on the playground, they're going to want to know your secret. And step 3, teach by precept. That just means giving kind instruction and telling people about the Creator's amazing design.
Okay, Section 4, the enemy's false standard. Let's be real. Every good hero's mission has to have an obstacle, right? So, the source reveals this big battle between 2 totally different ways of living. On one side, God desires his light bearers to hold a perfect standard of health high up for everyone to see. But on the other side, there's Satan's false standard. And this false standard is built entirely on deceptive bad habits. It might look like eating way too much junk food, refusing to go to sleep on time, or just sitting around all day being lazy and totally neglecting the amazing body we've been given. It's a trick, guys. It's specifically designed to make us ruin our castles.
The text assures us that the enemy will do everything in his power to prevent this message of reform from reaching the world. He absolutely does not want people to be strong, healthy stewards. And the text points out something very sneaky here. Bad habits? They don't usually look dangerous at first. Actually, they're often disguised as something fun or completely harmless. It's exactly like a trap hidden under a pile of leaves. The enemy tries to trick us into breaking the rules of health slowly, without us even realizing the damage we're doing to our amazing castles.
Section 5. Choosing whose side we stand. This brings us to the ultimate crossroads of our explainer today.
The source uses this super powerful verse from the book of Matthew to prove a major point. It says, "He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad." So when it comes to the health of our amazing bodies and being a faithful steward, there's absolutely no middle ground. You can't just sit on the fence here. You are either working hard to build up the castle, or you're letting it fall apart.
To be totally safe and successful in your mission, the text insists we must not fail to know exactly whose side we are standing on. And we show whose side we're on by following these critical steps. First, heed the health message yourself, eat right, drink plenty of water, play outside, and get good sleep. Second, do not neglect to share it with your friends and family. And third, be staunch and true to every ray of light you receive. Now, being staunch just means being firm, strong, and unwavering. It means making those good choices every single day, even when it's tough.
So we've seen that your body is a magnificent habitation, wonderfully made by God to be his dwelling place. You've been given the light on exactly how to take care of it and the brave command to share that light with the world. You are the faithful steward of the absolute most amazing castle ever built. So the only question left is, whose side will you stand on today, and what is the very first thing you're going to do right now to protect your castle?